언제나 나의 심정은 그리운 그대여 우리 사연이 다 꿈이라면 끝인가 보어 그리움 한줌 속에는.
Hey everyone, it says that listen and share the love. Okay, so finally I'm getting a chance to look at Nuest's release. They've come back finally as 5 members after after 101 wound up activities early in the year. So this is their first comeback as 5 members. The album is Happy Ever After, so I kind of figured they might have gone for a name like this. I honestly actually thought it'd be like, you know, kind of a storybook name for the album, because now they're back together as 5 members and it kind of, you know, leads to that whole slight Happy Ever After vibe. But I think that's just the general name they've picked for the album because they're back together as members. But I do think it'll be still very interesting. I don't think it's going to be so cutesy Happy Ever After vibe. Just the feeling I've gotten from the teasers and also the listen through the teasers for the album and all that. So this was released on April 29. I've been so busy and I've not had a chance to sit down and do any kind of recordings because everyone's been home, which is kind of annoying. Anyway, so here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Once upon a time. The horse. The queen. Ooh. Ooh. What's it gambling? Oh, the night. Oh. Interesting build. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. The queen. Ooh. That's interesting. Ooh. There's still a lot of Ooh. Ooh. Love this. I love that. It's like Dancing with the Woman there, that bit. Ooh. Bit of a change up here. The Queen. Love that going into the dance. Yeah, that bit there. It's like they're dancing with the woman. The Queen. Compass, bet. Ooh. Like he's just... Huh? Ooh, what's this? Oh yeah, we're down on left off. so cool. And the book. It's such a contrast too. And they would live happily ever after. I was not expecting this. Huh. That's very interesting at the end there. I was not expecting that. Hang on a sec, another stupid political ad. Anyway, that bit at the end of the music video, I was not expecting. It was just, whoa. Okay, so the song's called Bet Bet. As you can tell as I went along, some of the lyrics in that you could really actually pick up on them quite easily. But with this song, beat-wise, like got a lot of bass heavy sounds and that whistle sound, like that low, not high pitch, just that low whistle kind of sound. That was very evident through it. Didn't really change up much. It was very interesting how, at first time, I think it was like after the first chorus from memory, they really were going strongly, and all of a sudden it just stopped, like everything, vocals, music stopped. Then there was that drop, a literal like drop of water into a pool or a pond or a stone or something. Then it continued again, and then they did the same bit later on when they actually changed it up a bit more vocally wise. There was like that clicking in it. That was really interesting, but it wasn't such a dramatic gap or pause in it because we already had that real big major one, and with that change up and beat there, it actually really made it more individualistic. It didn't seem like they were putting the same thing in twice, because they put the first one in, but when they put that second one in, it wasn't quite as long, and like I said, then it suddenly changed up the beat, like just with that clicking, and just had a little bit more of an upbeat sound, and didn't have so much, like, it wasn't so bassy. I think it's the best way to word that. It was really interesting. This song, it's very, like, the music behind it's good, but it's designed in a way, this kind of song, where it's more heavily vocal focused. I think nearly everyone can pick that out of this song, because, like, without the vocals, it'd be an okay, like, sound and beat, but the vocals are what make this song work, but not just the vocals, their vocals. Like, this song is a bit of a Taylor-specific song. Like, certain songs from other groups can cover them, but they just can't do it the way certain groups can. And this song is very specific to their vocals. A really good example of that would be, just trying to think which one it was. Actually, it would be Vix's Fantasy, because if you listen to the instrumental of it, even though there's a lot going on in that one, it sounds very different compared to when they got their vocals on. Like, instrumentals always sound different, but it sounds actually like a completely different song, and any other group that would actually try to cover it, honestly, would have trouble trying to harmonize their vocals to that kind of song. It's one of these kind of songs. It's very hard to harmonize your vocals to it, because it's one of those songs that's specifically set to that group's vocal range and abilities, which you can clearly hear with this song. And I love how when they jump into that chorus, it really picks up more. Honestly, it's more the vocals than actually the sounds in the song itself. It's like the vocal sounds, they really pick up and change, which really drag you in more and really adds so much more to the chorus. And I love the dance. It's very strong. It's very, like, demanding. And also a part of it, how they kind of swing around and they're, like, dancing with the woman. That bit is so incredible. And the book has that Q on it, kind of, you know, representing, like, you know, the queen. And it's very interesting, even though the song is called Bet Bet, like, you have the chessboard and you always see that queen piece on its own as they're slowly trying to maneuver around and get to her. And with this song too, I think it's one of those ones, like, it's called Bet Bet, but and like there's many gambling references, but it's also kind of got a few, like, knight references in it too, you know, like your knight in shining armor. But also, I think it's a bit of one of those ones, music video wise, where you get that kind of hedge your bet kind of vibe. Don't necessarily put all your eggs in one basket, especially towards the end with the chessboard, how there's two particular pieces right up against the queen there. Like, it's kind of a bit more of a, you make your bet, but you make a bet as in you put a bet both ways. Either way, someone will win. That's kind of what you get with that. Also, love how it very changes dramatically from at the end there. Like, he wakes up, he's got the two doors, he walks through one, and they live happily ever after. That really continues on from Nuest's last release, which I cannot remember the name of right about now because I'm blanking severely. How I said it was probably going to tie into when they came back together as a group, because like they're all kind of trapped in their own way, and they're just kind of waiting to be rescued or be reunited. Like what happened here, he went through the door, they got reunited, they lived happily ever after, and it was such a contrast to the rest of this music video and the song Bet Bet, because it's very strong, it's very commanding, it's a very like I said, this song is specifically for their vocals, and it really stands out, and it's one of those ones you're really going to stick in your head, and as soon as you hear it, you know automatically who sings this song, because it is done specifically for them. Like, songs are done specifically for artists, but like I said, it's one of those ones that is done to their vocal range specifically. Other groups can cover it, but it's going to be, if they do, it's going to be very, very hard. It's one of those kind of songs. Now, colour scheme. They honestly are very obvious. It's black, white, grayscale, but with this kind of music video, it works. Gold is also thrown in a fair bit too. Really, you get more black, and like with the white, it isn't so much white. You get a little bit of bright white in it, but you get more of a silvery kind of white than actual just white with it, which I think really works with the gold. They've also threaded through it too, because it's a lot, like I said, you get more silver than just white. Even though at a first glance you could say it's a black, white, your grey scales, then your gold would be your colours. Really, when it's black, and then it's not necessarily white or silver, it's a good mix of both, which really mix together. It's more of a silvery white, or a like it's a silvery white or a white silver. It might sound a bit complicated, but just more depends on how dark or bright it is, whether it's more of a silver or a lighter, whiter silver, because you can get that too. And then you got your gold. So that, like I said, it's a really interesting contrast. And you've got that little bit of red and blue, you know, your two bets, because like when they had the multiple-sided dice, at least half of it was red and half of it was that blue. It's a very white red. It's right, like it's real bright. When they had the screen behind one of the members where it changed from the storm to the fire as they're dancing in that too. Like I said, it was very, very like beautiful. But like I said, it was a very bright, fiery kind of red. Whereas the blue was more of a cool water, a cool greeny sea kind of blue, and that was, and like with the drinks and that too towards the, when they went towards the end, because he went down the blue path, they were drinking from that light bluey, you know, that sea greeny kind of blue drink. So as I said, it really changed from this, and then when they went to Happily Ever After, when they're in the end of the book, they're much more pastel colours. The room's bright, it's full of greenage and foliage, and the horse. That bit I found really, really interesting, because throughout all of it, like they're going through kind of like a room with display cases, you know, with like trophies representing, I guess, victories is the best way you could word that, simplistically. And at the end there was that big statue of that black horse. It went from black to white. It wasn't a statue, it was a living, breathing horse, and it was standing from the throne, but the queen wasn't there. So that was very interesting. So like I said, this music, like I said, this song technical wise, there is so much to it. Music video, there's a lot technical wise to it. And then when they had that bit at the end, that just really threw me some more, and I think it will throw a lot of people a lot more too. Like I said, sorry it took me for like ever to get around to reacting to this, but I really wanted to, because like a friend of mine really, Sarah got me into a lot more into Nuest stuff. She asked me to look at it a bit more too. She also has a channel too. I will link it here and also in the description below. Check it out. Her stuff's different to mine, but it is really good too. And her look and view at things too, and what she talks about with other people and friends, like Chan, for instance, they're really good. So like I said, check out her channel. It's really good. It's very interesting. Like mine's is generally more reaction based, but that's just more, well, it's just more how it works out for me, just trying to manage me time wise and that, and I don't really have anyone. The reason why I kind of started putting reactions out there was because I just wanted to share my experience with someone, because like there's a few reaction channels I do follow, I really like their stuff, and it's really interesting what they pick up in music videos. There's some channels I'm not the biggest fan of, because honestly some are very cringy, and I am cringy at times too, I will admit that. But then there are some channels that are really over the top cringy. I'm not going to name names, but that's just honestly out there, and I'm sure people can understand what I'm getting at here. Anyway, so that's my reaction to Nuest Bet music video. I'm now going to go look up the live stage performances of this. And also got to listen to the rest of the album, because I've got to work out what song they've put at the end there. Because I've really lost, like, I've really lost it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I heard that from the teasers. I could be wrong, could be a song from one of the other like the other albums, but I'm pretty sure they said it's from the album from the teaser we got for it. Anyway, this is Listen, Love, Share, Love Everyone. See ya.
여기서 난 너를 보다 외워 너에 대해서 그림자가 돼